We are all ready.
5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Let us see if you are worthy of my skill.
Potion and hero.
AOE incoming.
Or
Tuned boss.
Rift should be over to purple. Purple. That was less than ideal. Bring the ads to the bottom.
Stack high.
We'll put the new fire near-ish that old fire. One that's closest to it.
AOE incoming. Shockwave.
Cleave?
For destruction!
New ads coming up.
Tuned boss. AOE incoming.
Spikes.
Shockwave.
Cleave.
For destruction!
Rift.
AOE incoming.
Bring the ads to the bottom. Much better.
Tuned
Army of Flame
boss.
coming in.
Special coming.
Skull up.
Under my heel.
New flame rifts in 5.
AOE incoming.
March for destruction!
Rifty, rifty.
Tuned boss.
Ads coming in.
Stack high. AOE incoming.
Roar.
Shockwave.
Cleave.
For destruction!
Rift. Ads up.
AOE incoming.
If you have one, bring it to the boss.
Stack high.
For destruction!
AOE incoming.
Look at that. Only one army of flame on that. So, pass on all the things. We'll roll at halftime. Onward to
I missed.
where?
Are we on past everything or?
Yes,
Was not
we are.
The sky is her domain.
Council or
We
Terrace?
must cut the primal
Yes, we did barely. I've got some if you need Taros.
Storm Eater.
I expect they won't make it easy for us. Champions, when you're ready.
I took extras, Bear, so I can give some to you if I can find you.
It's a shame we can't get the thing off this guy more than once a week if we do it on multiple difficulties.
Yeah. I assume you mean the Sealy thing.
Yeah, the ancient seal.
Yeah.
It's only like 30 rep, right?
It is.
It's like, seems like they're being a little cheap with it.
Right? On the other hand, it's only 30 reps, so like, does it really make a difference?
Oh, we get 15 out of them. 14 or 15 out of a raid.
I suppose that's true.
I mean, a full stack is 500, so.
Yeah, I forgot to turn mine in last Dark Moon Fair because I kind of was like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, and then all of a sudden it was gone.
I have 102 of them in my bag.
104! Take that, Cheney!
What are you guys talking about?
The ancient vault artifact seal things that you turn in for rep. I saved them and turned them in with the Dark Moon Fair so you get the 10% rep buff. But I forgot last month. So my bags are very full.
Good news! The Dark Moon Fair is in 3 days.
Yes! I will not forget this.
Or as row counts, 1 day.
I haven't counted that way since I was like 15.
Is that only for her birthday? That would be 1 day, right?
You can't count today because it's late in the day. Can't count the day it is. I was so sad when I realized I forgot it last month because that is exactly why I was doing it each week. I was so bummed. Just slept through the whole thing.
Also, if you're unaware, inscriptionists can make a item to get 1 point every week for skill.
Yes, which I have been forgetting as well. I need to start doing. I need to make like a list.
I didn't know that.
There
How
is
much
a
do they
list.
cost?
Guildies can make them usually.
Yeah, I've been paying Lynette 500 apiece for them.
I've been putting public orders out at 100 gold apiece.
We like our guildies.
Lenneth ripping you off?
Well, I don't always give him the
Max.
yeah.
Yeah.
The awakens. So depends on how many potions I have to make.
I think there's some other people other than Etrium, but I know I've been largely using Etrium too. But if you put in a guild order, particularly if you tell people in the there's a crafting chat tab. If you just say an order's up, usually it's done within a day. For all kinds of
I
things.
get in like 5 minutes, no matter what it is.
That's because you're like, no, it's mine.
I do
know
have
you when I
some
play-
profession equipment in guild orders too, if anybody wants to
Yeah.
check. I think they're both leather working.
But yes, if you're talking about jewel crafting orders, I check them multiple times a day. So
Barely check it once a day, if that. So if there's anything I'm supposed to craft, people, you better be messaging me because I cannot.
Nobody ever puts alchemy orders in, so.
I'd
And
have to
not
have
much for
Matt.
enchanting either.
Yeah.
Taliesin had a good idea for fixing that. He was saying that a lot of the consumables, like the runes and files and stuff, should not be on the auction house. Like they should
Yeah.
not be allowed on the auction house. So you should have to get them from work orders.
I'd be so sad though, because that's so much work.
Well, I mean, you have to have the mats for a public.
Buy the mats from the auction house. If you
Yeah, that's like a shitload of work.
I have to agree with Nalu on
That
this.
also means that if I made it for myself on an alt, I'd have to give the game 20 gold each time, which is bullshit.
Well, no, like you can trade. Like you could trade them to other people, but you
Okay, as long as you
on
can
the
still
auction.
trade.
Yeah. Because then the people who do the crafting, number one, you don't have to come up with your own mats. And number two, there's going to be a lot of demand for that stuff. So,
unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, most of the high-end jewel crafting stuff you straight up can't put on the auction house.
Yeah.
Well, right, but those are like make one for this person this one time. Like I'm talking about your files, your howling runes, your bags, you know, those kind of things that you got a lot of demand.
There's not a lot of demand for a lot of the files.
Well, I mean,
you can't make back what it costs to make a file off of selling them on the auction house.
I mean, I get like the intention of trying to like help crafters earn their points and everything, but the reality is like I forget to buy shit most of the time, and when it's time for Mythic, I'm gonna go to the auction house and just buy the shit, you know.
Adding another step for me would get in the way of me being able to do that. But I appreciate the purpose behind it, as Nalu said.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'd rather be able to
sure
just
that you could do both.
Yeah.
Well, technically you can. So even things that there are things that you can get on the auction house and can order.
That's true. There are some of those. Okay. So remember that this one is a lot pickier about our ability to do things on heroic. So we need to be careful with our positioning, particularly when we're moving away from the big bad. Our goal is to, here it is. Our goal is to make sure we are moving behind the rightmost mark, if possible. If you can't, just get out of the way. But that way we're trying, and you can stack with your friends, so we're trying to bait the small swirlies into places we don't need to stand. So don't stand on the yellow mark, don't stand on the lock gate, etc. I'm gonna just, I think everybody else is the same. Okay, cool. Well, whoops. I need to clean my desk. Okay, so if we're going to use basically what we had last time, we have nobody. So when we're doing our healing cooldowns on the first and third breaks, and use quadrant and healing through the second and fourth. So we'll have nobody on first because we've got Harrow. Third break on quadrant 1 was Kalith. We'll have Gorger do quadrant 2, break 1. Drax is quadrant 2, break 3. And then we have Kalith for quadrant 3, break 1. Etrium for quadrant 3, break 3. And then whoever's got stuff back up for 4. Because 4 sucks. I had you as first break on quadrant 2 and then quadrant 4. I think it ends up being quadrant 4, break 3.
Okay, quadrant 4, break 3, and then
quadrant 2, break 1.
1, okay.
Which I will try to call out, but I'm kind of hit or miss on that, quite honestly. Everybody said they were ready. So, move up a little bit.
5, 4, 4.
Don't forget your potions here at the beginning.
2, 1, 1.
2 yellow! And potion! First rock blast coming in. Nalu's calling it out.
Drax, Gorger, Nalu, Tannerism, Transgress.
Watch your step.
And out.
Defensive.
Oh dear.
That was strange.
Big bad coming in
Let
6.
me just take it.
Yep.
Watch your step.
Big bad, little bad's back behind orange.
Reflexive.
Restack it yellow.
Barely Karen, Talarian, withers your vein.
And out.
Watch your step.
Big bad soon.
Watch your step.
Big bad, little bad's back behind orange. Moving in 2. Remember, don't go to skull right away. Wait for the swirl. And now we can stack at skull.
Apparently, another option is to run the wrong way around the boss.
Roach, Dixis, Foss, Kella, Lenneth,
Watch your step.
And out.
Cheney, you might want to move.
Defensive.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you have it, man.
I know.
A big bad, little bad soon. And back behind
Watch your
red.
step. Defensive.
Wanna try getting a healer?
Chubby, Ed, L, Nira, Tanya's, and Viria. And,
That's really funny.
It's one way to do it, I guess.
Somebody go into the hole there?
Yeah. Big bad coming in.
Well, I mean, that did stop the...
Watch your step.
Big bad, little bad's back behind red.
Torrent force.
Alright, we're gonna be moving in 7.
Special coming.
Moving. Wait for green until swirls. And green.
Barely Drax, Dark Gorger, Karen, Kella, various weathers.
Watch your step.
Did I do it?
I'm dead and cannot use my cooldown on this one.
Big bad soon.
Watch your step.
Remember, we can stack for little bads.
Yep.
Defensive.
Regroup.
Chubby, Daxis, Lenneth, Nira, Talarian, Tanyarism, Transgress.
Watch your step.
Sorry, I was the big guy and I ran. Now I'm dead.
Big bad, little bad's coming in.
Watch your step. Torrent force.
Moving in 5.
We'll have 2 explosions with that.
Okay. Oh, we're down 2 healers, so we probably won't make it through this, but we'll try. Wait to group up on purple, I think it is. I don't know if they're in the right place because I can't see. So res on a healer.
Can't reach him.
Chubby, Daxis, Gorger, Foss, Nira, Transgress.
Try to make 3 lines on this quadrant.
Defensive.
How did we get so much crap in this quadrant, like, before we even got here?
So the swirlies when they spawn, we can probably just flow over tanks. So the swirlies when they spawn can spawn anywhere. They're usually closer to us, but like when he does the rock slam right as we're transitioning quadrants, it can be anywhere. And so it kind of gets further. Plus, a lot of you are going left facing the boss with the stuff, which means the swirlies are on that side. So then it's already a little bit full when we move into the next quadrant. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened that pull. So we'll just try like that was really successful considering everything that happened that pull.
This cat wheels came off and we all exploded, but it was a really good job of exploding.
It actually, I mean, we got to 18%. I'm mad.
Just one note, I know that I said it in the middle of the fight, so people might not have been paying attention. We can stack up for the little bads, which will keep the floor a lot clearer.
Yes.
Now is the one that comes up in the spike? Well, we don't stack those, right?
No.
No. So, and just to clarify, I forget, we haven't had some of you here 800 times. So, the pillars, the ones that we end up, the tanks break, come from the awakened earth that Nalu's calling out. And the goal is to make 2 parallel lines on either side of the rightmost mark. So, on that first quadrant, it's 2 to 3 people on the left side of orange and 2 to 3 people on the right side of orange. So that it makes it easier for the
Okay.
tanks to break 3 at a time.
Okay, 3 at a time. Okay, so
Yeah.
we want 2 lines of 3.
Yeah.
And then 3 lines in the last quadrant.
Yeah, the last quadrant we've got like 12 of them, so putting them in 3 lines instead of 2 lines helps us not break 4 at a time.
Okay, sounds good.
And then the small swirlies that leave the poop is what I call the little bads, which happens after the big bad, and it's
Okay.
wherever you move to, it's in that kind of adjacent to you piece.
So when she says big bad, if we all swing to the back of that thing and maybe to the
Okay.
right, like the back right of where
Yeah.
we usually stand.
So
Like behind where we put the pillars.
yeah, we're looking at the first mark in each quadrant, moving behind that.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yep, and we can all
Thanks,
stack on
Rest.
top of each other for that. So it is just one condensed thing. Because if some of us are really far back and others are a little closer to the big bad, that's how I died. I was too far back, and so there were swirlies between me and safety, so I didn't have time to run all the way through. Which is my own doing as well. I should not have been quite so far back, but...
Well, Roach, Vincent, Ed, you guys get summons? Or reses? Words?
If you do find that you're far back and there's swirlies between you, it's better to even, like, just go back and don't DPS for a second. You can run across the ground for a second, it won't kill you, but getting hit by a swirly will kill you.
100% will, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize my mistake until it was much too late.
No one's ever done that before.
No. Unheard of.
Alright, eat the food. I also 100% did not brain enough to call out the breaks that time. I will try to do better this time.
Oh, and if you have DBM, or actually I think Little Wig should pop it up too. If it pops Rock Blast up, that's the big yellow circle. You want to stay on the left-hand mark with that.
Or run it into the hole, apparently.
That was hilarious.
So funny. It's one way to deal with.
That was like such a classic panic moment.
Yep. We've all been there. Missing Transgress and Cheney. Here we go.
5.
I agree with that, Yolda.
4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Okay, up we go. Here's Hero, Pot.
Barely Jax distracts Ed Row.
Watch your step. Torrent Force.
A big bad and 5. I'm going back behind orange if possible.
Watch your step.
Big bad, little bad, back behind orange. And out of the back. Very nice. Restack it yellow. This is 2.
Torrent Force.
So next up is Kale.
Foss, Cowan, Lenneth, Phantom, Vincent.
Watch your step.
Out.
Defensive.
A 3. Be coming in here after this. Big bad, little bad.
Defensive.
This is 4. Moving in 4.
Special coming.
Don't go to skull yet. And now we can go to skull.
Gorger, Nalu, Nira, Telerian, Transgress, Yeld. and Swirly wrong.
Big Swirly wants to stay left. You can get a res on Gorger after, that'd be good. Big Bad in 5, trying to go back behind red.
Watch your step.
Big Bad Little Bad's back behind red.
Where the fuck?
Back on Skull. It's 2.
Turn first.
We got Gorger up.
Roach, Chubby, L, Kayla, Tannerism, Yvain, Ed, Stay. Thank you for wiggle.
And out.
Defensive.
Well, that was less than ideal.
I was trapped.
I know. It was just
Watch your step.
Big Bad Little Bads. Move these back a hair.
Defensive.
Moving in 2.
Special coming.
Wait for green. Okay, green. It's a little far over, honestly, but
Gorger, Ed, Kayla, Keller, Lenneth, Nalu, Withers.
Watch your step.
out.
Turn first.
Big Bad Little Bad. Back behind blue.
Watch your step.
And out of the swirlies. Then we can regroup at green. This is 2.
Turn first.
Barely Chubby, Ed, Cowan, Kayla, Keller, Row.
Watch your step. Defensive.
That's 3.
Watch your step.
Big Bad Little Bads back behind blue. And 4.
Defensive. Special coming.
Move into purple. Now that I can see. Oh, tank's down. We'll try again.
Watch your step.
Don't release. Resident healer.
Did we both take the same melee blow, Cheney?
What?
Did we both get hit by the same melee blow or something? We died like almost at exactly the same
Well, you
time.
also only had like 1 or 2 healers at that point too, which did not help.
Did we get Withers and DXs?
Yeah, well, there's Dax. Did you guys get a res? Or do we need to come back around? Okay. Get a tater.
It was an improvement. 1%, but it was still an improvement.
Do we want a 6 heal or are we good with 5? I can swap if needed.
feel like overall it's not. It's only been when we screw it up and break 6 at a time or whatever that's largely been a problem, other than people standing in release. But healers could correct me if I'm incorrect in that assessment.
I mean, group in quadrant 3 and 4, there's just a lot of pillars.
Oh, we also usually have had 1 to 3 healers down by the time we get to that point in the last 2 pulls.
Okay, so probably okay then.
Yeah, let's leave it the same and try one more time here and kill it and not have to worry about it.
Tanks, if you have the brain power for it, if you know you're going to have a larger break and a smaller break, make sure the larger break is the first of the pair, because that's when we're hitting our cooldowns.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes it's you can't hit the 4 until you get the 3, but
yeah,
you try to do that.
Are the marks a little bit far away from the boss for the yellow one?
On the first one, a little bit. I can't see them otherwise, so
2, 2, 1,
move them up a little bit though. Up we go. Pot.
Roach, the access to Larian transgress withers. Yvain, stay still.
Watch your step.
Break 1.
Torn close.
Big bad suit.
Watch your step.
Big bad little bats back behind orange. Restack it yellow. 2.
Close.
Jax, Foss, Kella, Virius, Yalda, nearest in.
Watch your
Out.
step.
3 coming in. Big bad suit.
Watch your
Big
step.
bad little bats back behind orange. And out.
Defensive.
Moving in 5.
Special.
Away we go. Wait for skull. And skull. Probably don't need to be far over.
Barely chubby, Gorger, Ed, Nalu, Phantom.
Watch your step.
Out. 1.
Torn close.
Big bads, little bads back
Watch
behind
your
X.
step.
Out of the swirl. Back to skull.
Torn close.
That was 2.
El, Karen, Kalis, Lenneth, Ro, Tanner.
Watch your step.
3 coming in.
Defensive.
Big bad little bats back behind red.
Watch your step.
And out.
Defensive.
4. Moving in 5.
Special coming.
Away we go. To green.
Lenneth, Nalu, Vincent, Virius, Withers, Yaldo, Yvain. And
Watch
Lol.
your step.
Yeah.
1. Alright.
Torn close.
Offensive. Didn't think you were gonna get that, man.
I didn't either.
Big bad coming in.
Watch your step.
Little bad's back behind blue. Good job, healer. Let's stack back up at green. This is 2.
Torrent burst.
Chubby DX is L, Lenneth, Tannerism, Withers, y'all.
And out.
Defensive.
You have a defensive left. Big bad soon.
Watch your step.
Big bad, little bads. Back behind blue.
Defensive.
Was 4. We're moving in 5. Remember, in this next quadrant, we're going to make 3 lines instead of 2 lines with the pillars.
Special color.
Moving. Wait a second for purple. To purple. Should be able to pot soon.
Jack, Scourger, Foss, Karen, Kellith, Rowe, Talarian.
Watch your step.
Out. Psh, there we go.
I drank my thought.
Yay!
I did just as he died.
Yeah, I did too.
Alright, same thing, pass on the loot seas, and we will head to Centerath.
Don't forget to pick his brain.
Oh, yep, thanks.
I'd like to report Calicos for spamming the chat.
Did someone do? Someone did a mass res, right? Because I canceled mine. Did Vincent?
Can get Vince.
Yes.
He may also have gotten kicked offline at some point. His internet is not the best.
Ooh, I got a primal though.
Have some soup if you died.
Because it's still up, that would be great.
It'd be nice to have some soup.
When we get... No, I just wanted to get you in before we killed another boss, Mord. That's all.
Likely story.
It is a likely story.
Because we're going to go do Senarth now. So Barely needs to go get her his glasses.
Spider warning.
Oh, that's also true.
For that. Sorry.
That got even spicier than I was intending. Maximum spiciness almost obtained.
At least Senarth themselves, it does not look like a real spider.
True.
Yeah, but there's lots of real spiders in the room.
I was trying to do a silver lining thing.
Way to rain on his parade.
I don't think Ansai thinks there's a silver lining in that room at all.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think Antai's watching. Right, just in case.
Early, if you need to put me on follow so you can go get your glasses, I will take you there.
I'll take you there.
I'm on follow.
Cool. I will try very hard not to leave you behind.
And I just tried to use my hunter spell.
Whoops.
Why isn't multi-shot working? By the way, it turned out you were right about the scaling.
Scaling?
Yeah, the armor scaling. Well, I said I was kicking so much ass when I was leveling my Beast Mastery Hunter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it
leveling
fixes itself.
buttons are weird.
Scaling went away.
I'm sorry,
It
but
really
yeah,
does.
leveling is like that.
Yeah, I have switched my hunter to survival because I survive better that way.
I mean, it's right there in the name, isn't it?
Their passive is heals constantly. Or their mastery, sorry.
I mean, as Kella said, there it is, right in the name.
Do hunters still have a res pet?
Yeah.
That item is still recharging.
Oh, also as a reminder, I mean, it was technically like yesterday, but it is now March, which means the trading post has swapped over.
The new completion thingy is pretty cool.
The what is?
Very unique.
The big reward, like
The
you
monthly's
get
a
1,000
mog.
points.
Yeah.
Makes you look like a court jester.
Oh, I don't
No,
know what I actually looked
It's
at.
a very unique appearance. It's
It
cool.
seems so appropriate for some members of this raid.
Or all.
That would explain why Balance sent it to me, since Balance claims to be the... Well, actually, it wasn't Balance, he swears, but it wasn't me who claimed that he was the guild jester.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted from Marches was the monk.
I wanted the pirate hat.
Pick up Mord here. Not poor Barely. I told him I'd get him here, and then I killed him.
Well, I think both spiders were kind of pointed at each other, and I think I was standing between the two of them.
Yeah, digressing, the pirate hat will finally let me make my warrior look like a proper pirate.
Can we get a Jeeves? I suppose.
Ink.
Drax is the, where's the magic buff working out? Giving you mana.
Did I show you guys my new favorite toy?
Every little drop helps. Thank you.
What's that? What's your new favorite toy?
This guy.
Is that a breakdancing?
Yes.
It's a breakdancing Tuskar.
Yes.
Wow. I'm
Right.
assuming that's his scar reputation?
No, you have to rescue every Tuskar in the Hellhole dungeon that is the Knoll one, Breckenhide.
Oh.
I think it has to be mythic level, but I mean, whatever.
That sounds like a guild project.
Yeah, I did it with some friends. Fun time.
We need 4 people.
Well, as soon as Barely is back, we'll be ready to go.
Sorry.
It's alright. Jesus up if you need it.
Probably need potato.
Yeah, I think a fair number of us died.
Yeah.
While we are potatoing here, remember that most of this is exactly like what we do on normal, with the exception that if you need to make sure you're actually clearing your web wrap buff if you get to like 3 to 5, so that you don't end up stunned for what is literally an eternity. And then when we get to the top phase, the tanks are going to get web wrapped no matter what we do. So we need to make sure that if you get a spiderling on you and the tank is wrapped, you bring the spiderling over to the tank, and then we kill it so the green thing happens on the tank and frees them from their web wrap as quickly as we can, all while doing all of the other stuff. The problem is that the swirlies, the chilling blast thing that we have to spread out for happens pretty quick, and it's hard to move on that platform. So I'd say as much as we can, but it's not probably efficient to stand on the tank since we have to move and it's hard, but don't be 800 yards away. What's the answer, Etrium? That's funny. Just missing Chubby.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Remember, middle spider first. And as quick as we can. And then spread out. Chilling blast and 5. Spread yourself. Overlap circles, not people. Gossamer burst in 5.
Tuned boss. 3,
Pull.
1.
Ascend.
Remember, stay even with it. Don't get too far ahead.
Spread.
Chilling blast. Stay spread out while moving. Burst coming in.
2, 1. Tuned boss.
Spread out on the right side when you get to the top. We will need a res on Cheney as soon as we can.
Spread.
Spider in 2. It's up. Watch it spread. Spread out.
Spread. Tuned boss.
Okay, moving left. Gossamer burst to be.
3, 2, 1.
If you've got 3 or more stacks, it'd be good to stand in some of that green. Clear your spider web. Okay, heading up.
Spread.
Spread out.
Tuned boss.
Burst.
2, 1.
Right side. Spider in 5.
Spread.
Here it comes. Watch its face.
Watch it.
Tuned boss.
It's down. Spread out, and then we'll move left afterward. Moving left. Burst should be soon. Remember that if you've got spider web stacks, you want to clear with these little spiders if possible. There could be some swirlies going down here as they die. You want to stand in them to clear. Res flame. have burst as we get to the top. Blast.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. 4, 3,
Burst.
2, 1.
Here comes here. Should be able to pop. Spread out. Remember, there's a knock back on this phase rather than a pull it.
Spread.
And out of the swirly.
Remember to wait for the spider.
Yeah, don't kill the spiders because the tank's gonna get wrapped here in a second. Bring the spider to Cheney!
Bring it to Tomato!
There's one more in the back. Whoever it's on, bring it up to Cheney, please.
Webs, to the, a little bit to the left.
The star. Bring
It's on flame.
Yeah, they went to flame.
It might be in the circle. Nah.
Alright, so we have to do that
New
part,
one.
and we've got this.
I mean, if theoretically, if I remember that that's important, I should be able to get aggro on them, and then they'll come to me.
Yep.
I just have to remember in time to.
Yeah, well, and I would
do
say, so
that.
we're typically trying to clear them pretty quick so that they're not being problems on the other platforms, and I would say on the top platform, like, don't worry about them. Like, we'll kill them when we need to, and they can just punch people until then.
That was 7%. That's the best we've
No,
done
it was
so far, I think.
wonderful. And that was with 2 healers down in the last phase, and we lost tank here and there, and it was really
I
good.
died at the first pull, the first string thing. So you didn't get
It's
my
not
vote
a
this time.
mechanic that you're used to if you haven't done it before.
No, I've just done it on the raid finder.
It's much harder. It's a stronger pull, I think, on each difficulty too. Go ahead.
Oh, no, not important. I was just gonna say, poor Lenneth. I saw you accidentally walk off the cliff, and I just want to say, I lulled. I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, oh no, there goes Lenneth.
No.
So we're waiting for somebody to get back to us, but I think we'll just do loot and go on break, so we've got a full hour when we get back too. So I'm gonna link the stuff from first half here. And then we'll pick up after break. We've got 2 of the cloth chess pieces. Thank you. No clothies want some chess pieces? We don't have a ton of you tonight, but I've got 2 leather chess pieces. How about a leather waist? The tees want the leather waist. Just trying to make sure we didn't have any other tees in the guild. I guess we have tan, but. Alright, Grats Transgress, unless there's other rules. Plate head. Plate head for, you know. Hey, we've got 3 DKs tonight. Plus L.
See, we should have brought Kathna.
Alright, staff.
Oops, that's an Agi only, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
bad.
normally catch that. I didn't. It's just Agi. So just a vein. No other takers. Yeah, I was about to roll on it too till you said that.
I want the Mog, but I'll wait.
Alright, so Grat's a vein. Looks like Agi only dagger.
I learned that the hard way a little while
Yep.
ago.
Seems like it's tailor-made for a rogue. If only we had a rogue.
What?
The other roll. Shield?
I'm just being weird, Tan.
Translate too. She's just being Kella, Tan.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Anyone else for shield?
I'd love the Mog, but I can't even learn the Mog.
Well, that's a bummer. Alright, Phantom, Gratsity, Trinket, Agi, Trinket. Oh, it is Agi and Strength, my bad. No, it's Agi and Strength. I just couldn't read it because it was under the green thing.
Yeah, it's primarily a tanking trinket.
Yeah, but since it has main stat, it can be used for a lot of things,
Yeah.
particularly if you've got some crap-ass trinkets. Looks like Chebe. And the piece that everybody wants! The ring.
Okay, Ro.
It's like, do I finally get the ring? Do I? Okay, I'm gonna call it out.
Oh, no,
With you,
she.
fuck with you.
Trying to give me a heart attack.
I was just rolling to see if I could beat you to make you freak out.
I appreciate that, Cheney. Any other takers?
Ed's the only one that even threatened you. No, I
Yeah.
think it's yours.
Alright. Sweet. Okay, did any of the clothies or leatherwares or platewares save the rolls and we need to roll on the chests or the headpiece from earlier because you were waiting for the ring? I was going to give it to Withers to disenchant.
I'll do a Mog roll, but that's about it.
Alright, with that. Any of the other clothies want for Mog? Hey, Rad's fit. We can roll for Mog for the leather piece too if people want.
So, I want to say that I passed on that initially because I wanted the weapon more, but that'll also be an upgrade for me, like if you want to count that against how much the loot is.
I appreciate that. Alright. Rest of it gets disenchanted. Break time back at 7.
I gotta take off. Thanks all. It was fun.
See ya!
Good luck with the second half.
Good night, Talarian. Alright, checking to see who's back.
I am here, but not there.
Okay. Ed, can we get a summon stone? Thanks. And we're just missing Gorger, Withers, Furious, and Chubby Daxis, and the Tinks. Daxis is back. You get that, Totem? I thought I sent it. Trying again.
I'm back.
Flame's back. What about China?
I'm back as well.
Here.
China's here. So I think we're missing Chubby, Various, Gorger, and Withers. Is Various back too?
I was going to say, about to put a potato down, so I hope they get here.
Okay.
Hey, Kella, can you rebuff me as well, please? Thank you.
Potato. Okay. I just want to point out that I did not even realize until just now, the third time reading it, that Lenneth actually wrote potato. My brain was like, nope. What is even phonetics, you know? Right, checking to see if we are ready for the pull. Make sure you got your flasks on.
By the way, this atomic recalibrator, whatever, it is a toy that does not require engineering. It's made by engineers, but it does not require engineering to use. So, if you'd like to have
Ooh,
that,
how expensive is it?
Ed's probably got a better handle on it than I do.
Let me know when you're ready, Kella.
Just need to open my files and I'm good to go.
Okay. Then Withers. Alrighty.
There we go. I'll be a troll.
Withers be creeping. Why'd you give me a rank chat?
I thought you asked for one.
No, I did. Wow, way to confuse your daughters when they're actually different avatars in a game. Well, you can give me one too after they do this.
Well, Shane could give you the one I just gave her.
I could totally give it to you. I just thought he was creeping and knew I hadn't put one on my ring yet.
Oh, well, if you need one, then I'll make another one.
Okay. That's
Causing
funny.
a scene.
What kind of father can't tell his two children apart?
The game with their names aren't the same at all.
Well, I mean, so I saw a text and I thought it was, I don't know, I just thought it was.
Just giving you shit.
Hey, Lenneth, do you want to
Activate.
refresh my source of magic? It's only got 6 minutes left.
Thanks with it.
Thank you.
Okay, ready, check for the actual pull. And that's fair, Ed. It's been a long time. Just missing Bear.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread out for the blast. Don't forget to potion. A burst in 3. Burst.
2, 1.
Fastened.
Spread out and stay even with her.
Spread.
Burst in 5. Here it comes.
3, 2, 1.
Spread out on the right hand side.
Tuned boss. Spread.
Blast. Add in 2. It's up. Really far left, so make sure you kill it quick. Watch its face. Spread out for the blast.
Spread.
Press on Drax if you can.
Tuned boss.
Nope.
Tuned boss.
Okay.
3,
First.
2, 1.
Ascend.
Stay.
Spread.
Blast. First should be soon.
3,
There it is.
2, 1.
Add in 5.
I was killed by Blizz.
40 seconds. Really big heals on flame. Remember the spider has a face breath. Comb thing. Yeah, just kidding. Off we go.
So I used my ability that shoots me at thing, and it shot me off the fucking edge.
It's very rude,
Yeah, that's what I did on Terrace.
3, 2, 1.
Also, I just gotta say, I don't know who we rezzed or who died, but y'all did it so fast I didn't even realize
That was me.
that we had lost a person and rezzed them, so hacks to you B-rezzers. Okay, Barely. Hope you feel better.
It's like a reflex as soon as a tank goes down if rebirth's available.
Nightmare.
Night. See you on the D3.
Yeah, once you hit that 10th web blast, it just murders you.
run back is so long.
You're not even doing it.
I know, but she's
Oh, I know.
waiting.
I'm waiting. It feels a lot longer when you wait than when you're running back, personally, at least for me.
Yeah, when you're running back, it at least feels like you're making progress.
Thanks, Caleb.
Need to kick bear.
Oh, right, thanks.
Teacher on the way. Teacher on the way.
Peanut butter and tater time.
Transgress Withers, did you get the res?
Hey, it's potato time.
Okay, everybody's up. Potato is up. Check that you still got a flask. I swear I did that, but I clearly did not. Ready to check. Missing Kellen, Cheney, and Withers. Alright, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Don't forget your potion.
1. Spread.
Spread. Burst and 5. And burst.
1.
Remember to clear your stacks of spider stuff if you need to. Webs.
Listen.
Green swirlies are your friend to clear.
Spread.
Spread out as we move up. Burst in 4.
3,
Pull.
2, 1.
Spread on the right side when we get up. Spread.
Spread.
Add in 5. Remember, the add has a breath weapon. Don't be in his face.
I got boss.
Add's coming. Cheney is always where the face is.
Yeah, which is
when it starts.
Had some ice problems.
Spread out.
Spread.
Burst soon.
There we. Yep. Well, tried taunting twice.
Flame.
3, 2.
And burst.
1.
And then a res on flame if we can.
Send.
Thing.
It's still below, I think. Oh, there he is.
What we got? Spread out as we go up.
Tuned boss. Spread.
Spread out. Burst should be soon. Did I get that messed up?
Soon.
There it is.
2, 1.
Spread out. Add in 5.
Spread.
Spread out. Add coming up. He is up. Watch its face.
Tuned burst. Spread.
Spread out. And we can move left when it's safe. Burst should be coming in soon.
3, 2, 1.
We'll head up. Stay spread out while we do that.
Stack high. Spread.
Blast.
Tuned burst.
Burst.
3, 2.
We'll hero after that. Here we go. Knockback in this. Should be able to repotion. Spread for blast.
Spread.
And get out of this early when it happens. Knockback coming in 5. We're gonna want
Don't kill
spiders
the
on
spider!
Cheney.
It's the only one I had aggro on!
Knockback coming in.
Bring the spiders to Cheney.
Aren't any up? I mean, it also expires.
There's one now.
10 seconds.
Get this one up.
Spread.
Spread out. It's not burst coming in soon. Hey!
Ooh, that was bad relief, I feel.
Right, pass on
But it
things
counts.
and let's do that thing where we rest people and then we'll take a picture. Let's face the skull. Perfect. Well, it was. Anyway, I think I got one with Lenneth at the peak of his jump. Wonderful. Alrighty.
Time for Kirog.
Yeah, let's go see what it's like and then we can decide. Yeah, Let's give it a shot. Only I've got to remind myself what the heck the heroic bits are. Other than, hurting a heck of a lot more.
He has an invulnerability we have to let end before we swap altars.
Okay.
Molten rupture. The floor is marked with lines and swirls that will explode and deal damage.
Get something new on each altar. I'll have to.
Yeah, it's so on fire and frost. It's damage stuff on the floor.
That would make sense as to why when I wrote my notes, I went, "This looks complicated. Look it up when you get here." That's literally what my notes say.
So fire is basically fire on the floor. Frost is projectiles that stun, but the stun is dispellable.
Okay.
But you
But
can
still
dodge
don't stand
it.
in it.
Yeah, you can dodge it.
Think.
Stone is a healing debuff, and you just have to heal through it. And Storm is, where is it? Lightning crash. Multiple players are debuffed, and they inflict damage on the nearest ally, giving them stacking 30%.
Let's spread out.
Nature vulnerability says that those people should pair up.
Wait, say that last sentence again.
Lightning crash. It's lightning crash. Multiple players are debuffed. They inflict nature damage to the nearest ally, and give them a stacking 30% nature damageable vulnerability. It says to pair up. They need one partner with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debuffed players need one partner beside them. Partners should only pair with one debuffed player. And then phase 2. The fire adds.
He drops the pools he drops spawn ads that need to be interrupted.
Well, Council's sounding really good after this. Yeah, thanks, Adrian. You're reading my mind.
But that's really the only change in phase.
That's all.
For the ads.
Only those like 10 things.
I mean on the ads. It's just adding the kick to the ads is the only change for the ads.
I mean, extra ads, but yeah.
It'll be fine. We'll learn some stuff. Oh, and I did update the calendar, but since we did a full clear on Tuesday, we'll just do heroic progression on Saturday. So.
And then he enrages 2 minutes after the last phase 1 starts.
What's our rank now, Al?
I do not know. Oh, I could probably figure it out. I'm lost, of course. Hold on.
You're not lost. You're going the right way. You're just behind.
Going the right way does not mean that you're not lost.
That is so true.
That is true.
Lost is a state of mind.
Yeah, like a stopped clock.
I mean,
I suppose that's not necessarily true.
If you consider the cardinal directions alone, there's only a 1 in 4 chance you're going the right way.
Make sure you refresh your lock rocks as well. Yes, Cheney?
I don't know.
So I don't think it changes the strategy. I just think there's more stuff to do in each thing. So remember that basically, I'm trying to make sure I'm not wrong. No, I think I'm not wrong. In every single quadrant that we're in, really being right on top of the boss's butt, ranged you too, is going to help facilitate the ability to do the mechanics well. So don't be 20 feet, 10 feet behind the boss. Try to be up on his butt to facilitate moving out with mechanics and in with mechanics and stuff like that. So, hold on. I don't think we're actually even in. Oh, we are even in groups, basically. Hold on. All right. Only thing is when we get to the ice one, remember we have the absolute 0 thing. And we have to be in 2 groups with the circle. Don't be in the Venn diagram part. So 1, 3, 5 will do left facing the wall. So try to be on his left foot facing the wall. And then 2, 4, 6 can be on the right, which is the blue square side of the boss. I put marks down for reference, but it will not necessarily be on those marks because he moves and knocks the tanks around. So it's not very exact. You eat your food. Let's just see what this is like, because I've got no idea. This is our first time doing it.
So tank and spank, right?
Yep.
Oh, he's gonna spank our tanks.
Right. Here we go. Don't ever be in the boss's face. Ever. Unless you're a tank.
5,
Or you want to die.
4, 4,
Yeah.
3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
And on the butt. And moving towards the butt again. There's your harrow. Pot.
Torrent burst.
And back to the butt. Shocking burst up.
Defensive.
I understand now. The lightning crash people need to move out a little bit, and then one person needs to follow each person with the blue chevron. Because if y'all stay on top of each other, y'all end up with a bunch of stacks. I believe. One person per... We need one on the side. Yep. Back to the butt.
Move.
The thing with the lightning crashes where we want a friend with you, I believe.
Defensive.
Alright, we are in Earth 1, so watch the Earth donut.
Watch your step.
If anyone can res a healer, that would be great.
Torrent burst.
There's quite a few more of those.
And they hit harder.
Watch your step.
Yeah, they do. So, I know the people explained it. I sadly have to experience things, so we can wipe and try again here, to actually understand things. So, the lightning crash in this first quadrant, which is the people who get the little blue chevron, not the circles, that's just the get out thing. But the blue chevron, okay, why am I doing that? I literally have my hand over my head making a chevron like a dumbass.
Well, we saw it.
Again now.
Little chevron over my head.
Oops, I released.
So those six-ish, I think it was about 6 people who get it, want to move just a little bit outside the group. And then we just want our range to pair up because it does damage to the next closest person. So if nobody's closer to those people with the chevrons than the other chevron people, they're doing a crap ton of damage to each other. And we're getting 6 stacks of that lightning crash, and that really, really hurts. So that is why you need a friend. So if we can just have the chevron people kind of just... You don't have to go far, 5 yards, and have one person just kind of step closest to them, closer to that person than the other lightning person, then we should be okay and deal with that mechanic.
Okay, so we don't want the chevron guys standing close to each other.
Correct.
But they need to have a non-chevron friend.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be impossible to be like, you go here and you go here and you go here. So I think what's going to be easiest is really those people can just spread out and ranged can just like go out. I think if they go like 5 to 10 yards out, it should be okay. If we all stack on the butt, we're going to be closest to people with lightning. So I think they just kind of need to make a little horseshoe around the butt. And then anybody who can kind of back out to make a partner with each one. Does that make sense?
The only scary is going to be that circle overlap.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Don't go really far. So you don't have to. It's just the closest person within 8 yards. So it can literally be. So like if Cheney is the. Okay, well, she's moving.
Sorry.
Okay, we'll go do it over where the food is.
Okay.
If the food is the boss butt, right? And everybody is stacked up on the food. If I go out like this far, and Flame is my partner, right? We're here. The people who are getting the circles out don't have to go extra far. So don't go really far with the lightning crashes.
Oh, I see.
We make a nice little ring around them. Then people with the big circles can just kind of go behind us.
But the chevron people should be the furthest away from the group.
Yeah.
Except for the big circles.
Right. So it should go boss butt, main group, partner, lightning crash person, and then big circle people outside of that.
Okay, I misread the primal shift the first time.
Transgress, did you get a res?
It gives him it's a big burst of damage, and then we take 300% more damage for 20 seconds.
No, I thought it was just that it takes 300% more damage if you switch altars.
Yeah.
Within while that's up. Yeah.
We have to wait for that to drop before we switch altars, which shouldn't be a problem.
No. Okay. I just so you don't go back and forth.
I thought it was something on him the first time.
Night, Chubby. I mean, that's typically what happens, right? Somebody leaves, like barely left, and then we got it in the next pull, so that's how it goes. We appreciate your sacrifice, Chubby. Have a good night. Tan, you want to come eat food, or did you already eat food and just walked away?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I could eat food, huh? Sorry.
It just went away.
No!
Better have something in your pockets, otherwise you're going to starve. Me. I got an old Nuva ring. Would that be good for you?
Anybody have questions about this first quadrant and the whole circle, semicircle partner situation? It'll probably take us a few pulls to figure it out for sure, but.
No figure, only kill.
Only kill, okay. Missing Various and Transgress.
Kill him with the power of friendship.
Yeah! I think that was everybody, so we're good.
Did our count drop already?
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay.
2, 2, 1, 1.
Here we go. On the butt. Lightning crashes are going to move out. Then partners, please. Big circles out. We can restack once those are all up.
Defensive.
New lightning crashes coming in. A little semicircle behind us. Grab a friend.
Help soak.
Soak the circle.
Torrent force.
Need friends while we move.
Watch your step.
Donut.
Get a res on Cheney. Bring the ads when they come up to the tank.
Defensive. Watch your step.
Yeah, there are a lot more ads.
Twice, 3 times as many.
Well, there were 3. There's 5 now, right?
And discovered what the enveloping earth thing is.
Donut?
Oh boy, those guys aren't fucking around. Jesus.
No, we probably want to switch and kill them while cleaving onto the boss instead of the other way around.
Damn, sons.
We can fall over because tanks are down. So, important thing, and I don't know how to tell or how to coordinate better. If somebody doesn't have a partner, then the other partner, so like I was partnering with somebody and the person next to Withers, I think who I was on, didn't have a partner. So I ended up getting stacks from both people and then I died because I had 11
I think that's what got me too, is I was on somebody, but then I must have been, I was taking way more damage the other time I helped, so.
No, I think most people are getting like 5 to 7 stacks and I had like 12. So I think it's really, really, really important that we actually make sure everybody gets a partner.
Also, you said soak those one circles.
Yep. Only one person has to be an attacker.
Only one person. Okay.
Yep.
And then, is there a time you have to get out of it, or just one person gets in?
Nope. One person gets in. It comes down and crashes down, and then once the circle goes away entirely, you can get out and come back to the group.
And where does the enveloping earth come from?
Say that again?
The enveloping earth.
I've been dead, so I'm not positive. Tanks, can you answer that?
Enveloping earth is the heal debuff that has to be healed through.
Yeah.
Yes, it reduces healing by 40%, I think is what it says.
It's how I learned that the healers don't like me.
It also is a massive heal absorb.
Mm-hmm.
If you can run the big brown circles on the from the earth ad to the wall, that might make that section easier.
Thanks, I missed the rest. Nira, did you get the res? And Jeeves is there for a repair.
Okay, I'm eating food.
Woohoo! I know this is confusing and painful, but I really like learning new fights, so this is still really fun for me. Okay. Let me fix groups a second here, too. There we go. That doesn't actually work because I want to keep us split. Okay. Ready, check.
Look at that marmot go.
Just missing Kella. Here we go.
5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Now you face the master.
Hey, and on the butt.
Torrent burst.
Lightning crashes out. And partners. big circles out. I think Kayla still needs a partner. Everybody back in.
Defensive.
Lightning crashes. Out you go. You don't have to go quite that far.
Taunt boss.
Lightning crashes and partners.
Watch your step.
Donut?
Only like 2 of those people have partners.
Oh no!
Defensive.
Enveloping Earth, that's the healing thing.
Watch
The
your
absorb.
step.
Is it dispellable by chance? Ads coming up?
No.
No.
No. Oh, that's
It's a different thing that is dispellable, but okay.
Taunt
It's the ice thing. It's done. Okay.
ads are up. Are the ads stunnable? They seem to be. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's good,
Good
to
to
know.
know. Yep.
Rolling stuns on those would be helpful too.
Watch your step.
Enveloping Earth is up again. And Donut. Alright, I have yet to live to the Earth phase.
Man, Rogue, get good.
Seriously.
I killed her, so it's
I
my
was even
fault.
being her friend.
she was like, and I'm like, no! And then she ran away from me like, no!
I thought you were going in it, and then I miscalculated the timing. I was like, no. Whoops.
Hey, we saw the next phase ads, though.
Woohoo!
That's progress.
That's a good sign that we weren't done with the other phase. Good work.
Oh, damn it. I released. Also failed to put my moon down. Alright, we should have time for one more here. We're making progress. It's slow. So I don't know if there's a better way for us to know who does or does not have a partner, but it's really heal-wise very punishing if not everybody has a partner.
Yeah.
When that hit, I moved out to you, and then I moved out to Drex the second time.
Yeah. Just went past the room, didn't I? Because I was going to go all the way around. Like
It's a straight shot, Ro.
This is the first time I've run back. Resing. Well, I'm going to res a healer, and then they'll have to res you guys, because doing 24 of these reses would take a really long time.
Could have waited for the res, or
Back over to food before it disappears.
So the lightning crush, they just need to not be close to each other, right?
Yeah, my concern is that we can try it, but my concern is that it's a little bit harder to make sure that you're closer to someone else than the other person. So maybe the thing is go less far. And the person is responsible for staying close to someone else without it being near the other
Right.
lightning person,
Yeah, I
but
think-
still in that same horseshoe type situation.
Yeah, so just making sure that but if they're close to the same friend, that guy's going to get hit by both of them.
Yes. So that's really the problem. But I do think people can go less far. A lot of us are walking like 20 yards away. So like again, if the boss butt is that one, some of us are like way out here. And that makes it really hard for a melee to do it. Whereas, if I'm here and Tan here is my friend, Tan should in theory still be able to hit the boss.
So I think the real key is just making a nice ring around
Yeah.
the team.
Don't go quite as far, and everybody should try to double check. And I guess I think almost everybody has comms, but either make a macro or say if you need a friend, because really hard to tell in all that chaos.
Plus, the less far we go out, the easier when we get the overlap
Yeah.
with the circles for the people with the circles to get way out.
Kelly, did you release?
I did. I've asked for
Okay.
a summon.
I missed it entirely. Ed, can we get a... I was busy trying to troubleshoot the thing and was not listening at all. Not in iota. What's that? What's that one do?
I don't know. It's supposed to be a lightning crash tracker, but I said it's supposed to be a lightning crash tracker, but I don't know what it actually shows.
I'll see what it shows. So sorry. Oh my god, Ro, what are you doing? Jesus God. I almost just hearthed out of here rather than push her buddy back. Oh my god. It is bedtime. Oh my goodness. Hearth out of here, my goodness. Miss Enkella, Transgress, and Etrium. Alright, that's everybody.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. And stack. So less far with the lightning crash. Should be in 2.
Oh, you guys are close to each other.
Big circles out.
I'm sorry, I'm freaking killing
Sorry.
this.
Back in.
Defensive.
New lightning crashing.
It's a flying bear.
Absent.
Remember, the lightning crashes shouldn't be friends with each other.
Soak.
I'm confused.
Okay. Talk about it after this. We're gonna transition anyway. Lightning people need friends. How we move.
Watch your step.
Donut.
Donut. Be able to get a res on a tank, I guess. Alright. Developing Earth coming in. And add soon.
Watch your step.
Bring him to the tanks. Switch to the ads.
Torrent boss.
Donut in 2.
Watch your step.
Finish off those ads, and we'll have actual ads coming in here. Starting on Earth 1. Ground Shatter's out and about. And restack.
Watch your step.
New ground shatter.
Watch your step.
Down to 1 healer. No! Okay, you're all gonna die very soon. But hey, we got halfway through the ad phase. We learned some stuff. We'll just go ahead and release when we're done with this boss so we can do loot and then go do the world boss for those who want to since we missed it on Tuesday. I will link loot here in just a moment.
God, this boss does a lot of damage.
He really does. Well, so remember, this is an end of a wing boss, so this is theoretically harder than stuff. So yeah, we'll probably start with Council on Saturday, and then go back to Kurog after that. Although I think we were doing pretty well, actually. So there are 2 of the Warrior Rogue Monk Evoker class legs.
I'm gonna miss Saturday because my wife wants to go to a hockey game.
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand why that means you're missing.
Who's playing?
It's a local.
Any other
club
roles?
league.
Other Warrior Monk Rogue Evokers for class legs. Night, Gorger.
Rivermen.
No, I thought we did good even on that, but we only did like what, 4 or 5 pulls.
I just literally enveloping Earth, and then it finally got off me, and then immediately was on me again.
All right, looks like. I make sure nobody won loot before. So Drax and Kella, because I have 2 of those, right? I'm not. Yep, I do. Okay. This is Hunter Mage Druid.
Also, if I'm here this weekend,
Well,
that's because we did get another foot of snow.
Oh dear. I do not wish that on you.
I do not either. That's what's expected.
Just Flame? No other Hunter Mage Druids for the class leg?
We're
Congrats,
supposed
Flame.
to get somewhere between 1 and 14 inches of snow.
I got plate hands here. Plate.
Okay.
We got like 7 inches last week. It was the second most snow in record that we've received here.
No plate wearers want hands?
Can you hold those?
Hands, yeah. Cloak? Cloak.
Shouldn't be blocking trades.
Anyone else for the cloak? Woo! Transgress was a 97. Transgress 1 apiece, technically. Any other takers for the cloak? Okay, so Transgress 1 apiece, so Various has not 1 apiece, so Various. And the pattern.
Slot.
Do the pattern, then I'll go back to the gloves. Pattern, what is it? It is a leatherworking pattern. So either for your main or your alt, who is leatherworking 50. No leatherworkers or leatherworking alts in the. Okay. Anyone else?
I'm like, my hunter can learn it.
All right.
Ed, roll.
Ed, roll is. No, I don't know that I can trade it with you, Tan, since we're not on the same server. Alright. Gauntlet. So plate wearers, if anybody wants to reroll on the whatchamadoozle.
All right, I gotta go. I want to thank you guys though for having me. And that was fun.
Thanks for coming, Tan. Just
See you
more
guys.
gloves. All right, to the road, boss.
Is Liskanov in the future or not?
Thanks, guys, but I gotta go too. Night.
See ya.
Night.
Which means it's like right outside the instance, right? Which means we can take this and go this way.
An invite for NASA, please.
Yeah.
There's also a portal. That amazing Vincent threw up for everybody. I think it was Vincent. Pioneera.
When y'all get Edward over there, can I get a summon? Because apparently I did not run out of the instance. I'm back in Veldrax. Or back, yeah, whatever this place is.
I mean, I can go to Veldraken and pick you up too. A lot of people are actually in Veldraken. You can also take the flight point to the temporal conflux, and that's where it is. It's not a long flight path. Do you have that flight path, Drax?
Temporal conflux.
It said just in the southeast of this zone.
I mean, the distance from
Two of them.
Valdraken or the raid is literally almost the same, so just dragonfly over, so it's not far. Or get us something.
Well, we won't have a warlock there. So.
I'm on my way to not warlock. Of course, we can also do the primalist thing then too.
Oh, is it up now?
Mel, do you need help
Yeah,
getting to
at least
the
it was on my map.
place?
It is up.
Where Nalu is?
I wish I could tell you because I still have world quest markers up, so I can't see her. But I'm going to say yes. Nala, are you at the boss?
I am at the temporal conflicts, yes.
The primalists are preparing to attack the tower. The beast ahead will threaten all who enter Thraldraszus. If not stopped, aid us in this fight. I need to target something first.
Lord have pulled.
Another guild is starting.
Alright. People can get inside quickly. That would be helpful. I think you just landed, so you can come to the portal. I saw you a second ago.
It's really close to the when you poured in too.
Yeah.
Target you.
There she comes. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. I think you just need to land, Elle. I think you're in the sky above. Or are you below me?
I have no idea.
Okay, wait. So there's a platform like right next
Is
to
there
you.
a big blue flying dragon going down?
No, she's not in the this platform that's right here. Just land on this platform. See my green triangle? Okay, so we're gonna go in this right here. Hop on a mount, you can just hop on me.
Watch your step.
Hop on that. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, you got about it's 50%. So you're
Okay, we got it. Okay, make sure you don't stand the poo and die.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
You guys are killing the world boss?
Yeah! We normally do it on Tuesdays, but we were a little slow getting out of the raid on Tuesdays, so we moved it to Thursday this week. We'll be dead in 4%.
Nice.
So there was some talk that people were going to stick around and do the Storm's Fury thing if people wanted to do that too.
Can you do it in a raid?
I feel
Yes.
like you should be able to.
Oh, you absolutely can.
Okay, cool.
It's the
Typically, if you
golden
look at
circled
Group
one,
Finder,
so
Group Finder will have raids pretty frequently. That counts for everything.
I would know that if I'd been doing my chores every week, but I have not been. Ellie, I'm assuming you don't care about the
No,
story. Okay.
Definitely.
Just checking.
Explanation software on somebody else is coming in?
Yes, to Mike. Yep.
Hey,
Hey,
Mike.
Mike.
I was confused for a moment, but yes.
But explanation software is on how to do stuff. Yeah, because they could see that stuff. They was like, okay, so if I did my own analysis, they would explain how you could do your own analysis about whatever the possible number of words, or you could just reach into the source code and find out their words and do an analysis on which letters appear, and things like that. But
I've always hated Scrabble, so my feelings of Wordle was pretty much the same.
well, I may still do it, but I was interested in people that talked about writing algorithms to do it. Now, backing up when we were talking about rogue games. So when I probably mentioned this before, it's an old story, but when I was at Sony Online, one of the things that people would do who were so fanatical about just creating games in general, they'd have contests on how to write a rogue-like game.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like it's when I wasn't playing the game. These were people who were so fanatical about creating games that they would sit down and be like, okay, so we're going to try to we're going to have a little thing this weekend, and we're going to see if who can get the farthest along in writing a roguelike game from scratch. And I was like, okay. But anyway, so
is Mike here?
Yep.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Paul and I have our cameras going. Dean is just a tiger.
I don't have a camera.
Oh.
I need to fix that with my webcam.
No.
Well, that's what happens when you're camming all the time.
No, that's what happens when your puppy gets a hold of the cable.
No,
Yeah,
I prefer to think of Mike as being on fans only too much, and the
fans, but you'd have to be the other way, yeah.
only fans. Yep. No, that's what I mean. He's on that too much. He's worn out the camera.
Yep. So how is the newest puppy?
He has Giardia, which makes life a little difficult. Basically, he's had not quite, but almost diarrhea for 2 months now.
I need to target something first. Well, that's bad.
It's not particularly fun, no.
Is this curable?
Yeah, it's just resistant. Basically, we spend a lot of time with antiparasitics and hope that they eventually overwhelm it.
Ew. Well, hopefully it will.
Yeah, it's evidently epidemic in Women's Normal right now.
No. That sucks.
The vet has said that they've had 20-25 cases.
Is that a dog thing or is that a people thing too?
No, it's a people thing too.
Yeah, it's I had to look it back up. I had to look it up again to remind myself, but it was a reason why you don't want to drink water from streams when you're camping without filtering it first.
Yeah, I've had it before. It's not fun.
Well, it's the type of thing that people would get it right. I can see it becoming resistant to antibiotics and everything. So did the dog have it when you got the puppy? It already had it, or it caught it?
He caught it from Penny.
Oh.
He had
Penny.
Penny when we got him, which is a different parasite, but puppies often have parasites. They have to be dewormed a lot.
Yeah.
And I did see that Chuck is out of surgery and okay.
Yay.
Alive,
What kind-
anyway. He's evidently in pain. But
What kind of surgery did he have?
he had a triple
Triple-
bypass.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah. So
He went in
years.
for a stress test on Tuesday, and they scheduled him for surgery today.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that was like when my dad had his. So.
I got a question. Is Chuck? So, anyways, well, I'm glad that he's got that was taken care of. So years ago, when I thought I might have possibly had a kidney stone, and they sent me in, and they had a CAT scan. Whatever the CAT scan. So afterwards, it was like, nope, you don't have that. You don't, nope, you don't have kidney stones. We'll keep an eye on it, and whatever the pain did go away. But the guy who did that said, yeah, you've got some calcium deposits in your aorta. And I was like, okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on that.
I have a hard time looking at my aorta.
I can look in that general direction, but my X-ray vision doesn't cut through the lead.
That is the problem with always wearing lead.
Yeah.
I'm opposed to any of these lesser health problems. One should either have really bad health problems or none at all.
Well, I hope
so your aorta should be absolutely fine until it fails.
Right. Well, I was going to say, I as the old joke goes, I hope to go die in my sleep, not screaming like the passengers in my grandfather's car or whatever.
Yeah, you want to die in your sleep like your grandfather.
Yeah, like my grandfather. Yeah, so
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see.
Or no, in your grandfather's car.
That's car.
It's important that it's grandfather's.
Yeah, it's got to be the same person. Otherwise, not nearly as funny and a little weird.
Which I'm usually for a little weird, but I think the joke's better if it's a little more straightforward.
Well, let's see.
And I have a certificate that says I know how to write comedy, so.
Oh, that's true. You do.
Yes.
So. And certificates are very important.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I get to go in and see if I have lung cancer tomorrow. So.
Ooh. Well, good luck.
Is there a particular reason why you were doing that? Ah, it's Dean. I was thinking somehow that was Mike coming on there, and it's Dean, and I was surprised.
I had a CT in December that showed that the nodules in my lungs have gotten bigger.
Ooh.
You're muted, Dean, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that afterwards.
But yeah. I'm sorry about the nodules being thicker.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Well, good luck.
Good luck. I didn't know that you smoked.
I quit 20 some odd years ago, but the kind of nodules I have don't have to come from smoking.
Yeah.
A lot of people get them from allergies.
No, I can I can definitely see that. My lungs have tried very hard to kill me a few times. So
I still get along. I also do need to comment, since I apparently have not seen Dean on this for a while. You're right. That is significantly whiter than it was last time I've seen you.
yeah, so significantly whiter, and
if I don't look at the beard, if I just go like that, you definitely have a Jim Phelps kind of look now.
Jim Phelps?
Mission Impossible.
Okay, thank you. I was like, I know that name. Phelps.
Not the Tom
Yeah,
Cruise Mission Impossible, the real Mission Impossible.
Yeah, the real Mission Impossible. So
The Leonard Nimoy Mission Impossible.
Right, the right one.
True.
Yeah. So I mean, I got my hair significantly chopped off, but and I cut off the beard, but I've around November and December, if I have my full beard going and I'm driving my red truck, I have gotten comments from people about ever think about doing the Santa Claus thing, because if I've got the full white beard, which I've done before, I'm more a little bit on the anorexic side for Santa Claus, but
work with that.
No,
either pillows or just eat a whole lot.
There are reasons to do that. I've been doing my part today, just eating all of the wrong things. I ate just about 3/4 of a box of Girl Scout Thin Mints, and I realized that I'm down to only 2 boxes. So tomorrow I'll have to make an emergency run and go buy some Thin Mints from some Girl Scouts.
Do you have any of the Thin Mints left, Matt? Or do you
I think I actually still do.
Okay.
I will have to look in the freezer. Sorry, I was looking up the statement from. Okay, who's the German guy who's always saying life is meaningless?
Werner Herzog, or is somebody else?
Werner Herzog. Okay. Thank you. I needed the Werner Herzog Thin Mint statement.
I'm curious now.
I must say that my typing is not good, but usually Google can work it out. So it's not giving me the answer to it.
Life is a parade of absurdities and pain, and then we die, alone and in filth. So yes, little girl, I shall buy a box of Thin Mints.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, well, they've probably been $6. So anyways, I went up to one of the local stands, and I had a $20 bill, and I was like, oh, okay, so I can get 3 boxes, and then I can give $2 to the Send Thin Mints to Somebody Whose Life is Depressing Fund. So I did that. There's something called Operation Thin Mint. So
is that what it's actually called?
It's called Operation Thin Mint. I'm calling it Send Thin Mints to Somebody Whose Life is Depressing. Now, Operation Thin Mint was... Now, I could be getting this garbled, but I thought it was like for sending it to the poor slobs that are serving in the U.S. military someplace. Now,
shouldn't Operation Thin Mint be somehow sending things to the Thin Mints?
Yes.
Should be supporting the Thin Mints.
Or it's it's an operation to invade some small little known Soviet town.
Right.
I've been. Yes. Yes. I'm in 1943 right now, Matt. I'm watching the World War II week by week. So
yeah, I've caught up, so now I'm kind of going back because it's annoying now that I have to wait for them.
Yes.
So now I'm going and I don't want to do the full War Against Humanity series that they're doing also week by week.
Mm-hmm. Or it's every 2 weeks, isn't it? Or did they actually increase the rate of it now?
I honestly don't know because I haven't been watching those because I was not up for that much discussion of
yes
horror. So I've been picking up the specials that they had between. That's one hell of a show they've got going on there for being on.
So if you go onto their webpage, within the last 2 to 3 weeks, they produced a video where they explained a little bit of the background about how they do it. And that's a very interesting. That was an amusing video because I didn't realize how many people were involved. He's one of the 2 guys that I associate with the World War II videos was explaining it. The guy without the goatee. But he was discussing it and discussing that they have a Patreon, and he was discussing.
Is it indie? Because I say that now.
I thought so, but yeah, it'd be.
Well, I got confused there for
the
a
other
moment.
guy.
When I say India, am I thinking Indiana Jones wrong? But yeah.
No, the other. There's one guy who does it, and then there's
Indy
the
McNeil.
other. Excuse me.
Or Indy Nidell.
Indy Nidell. He does
Idell.
World War II, and the other guy does the War Against Humanity, and the girl does it on the home front.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they have a surprisingly large number of people working on this internationally, and I was surprised to find out one of the gentlemen who's speaking is Scandinavian, or lives in.
I was wondering where they were actually at.
So, Indy lives in Sweden. No,
Sweden.
He's a dual citizen, U.S. Sweden.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I should say.
And I think Spartacus Olsen is probably Swedish, but I don't know. But
I think German. Spartacus.
That would make sense.
Spartacus and his wife or his partner Astrid is where many of the things in their abode, wherever they are. They actually. Well, I encourage you to watch the video, which I'm going to summarize badly now. But
no, I'll check it out definitely.
Yeah, they Spartacus tore down a garden shed, and they instead built a studio, and that's where they're doing things now. So after watching that video, I found out that they had actually done something for World War I.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I have not watched, but I may go back. I'm just generally not as interested in World War I as World War II, but I may after going through this because it's not all of it. I mean, I'll watch some episodes and I won't be as interested, but when it catches me, it really catches me, and like the whole Russian front. I mean, I've cared about the maps. As it moves, it's like I'm feeling excitement when the maps move.
No, I enjoy the maps and the various explanations, and as you'd commented on the the horrible history of that I'm positive I must have heard about this before from some Brit friends about them killing all the pets.
Yeah, that was a special episode, by the way.
Yeah, no, but it was like it's an extra special. Anyways, it's interesting, and I find I like history or things like explanations like that. It is interesting going through.
I mean, I always had a feeling for how World War II went, but I had a basic, pretty good knowledge of it, but. Especially there was things that were kind of the common knowledge taught things that at least when Dean and I were kids, that apparently most people aren't told those anymore. Again, I grew up with the idea that, the war really was Patton and Montgomery and Rommel. Those were the 3 great generals who did everything. And you're like,
No,
one of them sucked utterly. Yeah. Montgomery sucked.
What about the British guy?
That's Montgomery. I didn't know about Operation Marvin Garden when I was a kid.
I think it was
Market
Marvin
Garden
or Market Garden.
It's Market Garden. So, and just how stupid it was. So.
Well, and that's the German theater. I mean, it was MacArthur in the Pacific.
Yeah, but in fact, Paul and I were bringing this up when he was here. There's a difference with the others. We can talk about how stupid they were with war, and sometimes they're problematic behaviors. But I mean, with MacArthur, we're instead just talking about treason. We're on another level of problem with MacArthur. We're approaching let's overthrow the government here. So
Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, is that better?
Yeah,
I turned on
actually.
another light.
Yeah, it is. It's quite a bit better.
No, now I look red. Now I'm going to turn that off. Thanks. Go on.
To say I had a general knowledge of World War II. Also, I thought, but I hadn't realized just how dumb, and just how bad the Allied reaction to the initial German invasion of France was. Just the comedy of errors.
I know
that happened there.
and of course, just how bad. I mean, I always knew we just let some countries out to dry there, but I hadn't realized how much we were screwing them over while doing, or I guess I can say in this case, how much Britain was screwing them over.
Yes.
Go something like Finland. I mean, damn. There was no good.
No.
And they got the whole, right with them being invaded and them talking to England, going, what can we do here? Oh, we're gonna be there right for you. You just keep hanging out there. We'll be there. And they had no intention of helping in any way.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen other videos revolving around this. I haven't caught up as far as you have. There were some amusing things that happened when Finland was invaded. It may have already been covered in the things that you saw. It was just some old fort that somehow had torpedo tubes. And when the Germans were invading, they were going into one of the local fjords, and this old fort that had no right to be this good managed to actually launch an attack that managed to sink one of the ships unexpectedly. And they put up enough of a resistance so that the people in the royalty in Finland could actually escape before things were going.
I haven't seen one with the torpedo, but I did see one.
Got the wrong country. Norway. That was in Norway, right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm an American, so they're all the same.
Yes.
Fair.
There was one in Finland where it was an ancient fortification. No torpedoes because no water by it, but it was one where they put soldiers in there to shoot out, and the modern weapons couldn't damage it.
Yeah, I mean,
it helps when you're in Finland and everything is snow and mountain.
Well, I mean, one of the things I look forward to hearing more about from their perspective, but when I was in high school, one of my friends pointed out that the biathlon was very much a Finnish event.
Yes.
The biathlon being
Literally.
skiing and shooting.
I mean, the main thing I have also for if I was going to have a group of soldiers defending me, I would want the Finnish ones. They were really good.
They were good, even though they were outmanned. But there was an example of Russia may have used the winter against the Germans, but the Finns managed to use the winter against the Russians a little bit, at least.
This is more a case that the Finns used the winter against the Russians. In the case of Russia, it was just the winter against. I don't think the Russians.
Winter against everyone.
they didn't use it well enough. Although, as pointed out, which I do think is hysterical because I didn't realize it beforehand, that before the Russians attacked Finland, they didn't give their soldiers winter clothing. It's like, you're in Russia, and this did not occur to you. After that, that's why their people had winter stuff when the Nazis didn't, is because when they went to Finland and fought afterwards, they went, okay, things we did wrong. No clothing. Okay, we should get some of that.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of
But anyways,
amazing. They actually learned from their mistakes, which is actually kind of impressive considering.
Yeah, considering it is points, because it is also funny how often the Nazis didn't.
Correct.
Well, you know, the other thing about the clothes, this is in one of those episodes, but they were talking about the clothes. Besides them just not thinking of it, one of the other reasons is that there was somebody in the Nazi, I forget who, but somebody who did say we should get winter clothing.
Yeah.
And this was rejected because if they produced any or sent it, this would be stating that we might not win before winter. So we can't even take that as a possibility. Which actually reminds me a lot of the whole... I'm sorry, go ahead, Paul.
I was going to say, the Germans were definitely worse about that, but there was a lot of that kind of thing on the Soviet side, too. Stalin was not... Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That they keep pointing out when you see more about the Japanese theater, which to me is not as interesting as... But the whole point that he keeps pointing out is that the Japanese had a plan. And based on a set of incorrect assumptions. And they had, as he kept saying, there was no plan B. They had no other plan at all. So when their plan didn't work, they had nothing.
Well, they kept on hiding the fact that their ships were getting sank.
Yep.
So, like, the army thought that their navy was still pretty much intact, and
the Japanese thought that they had enough soldiers to take on China.
Well,
yeah,
because they'd already messed up on it. But there was a this was later. This was, I think, beginning of 43. They were saying when they were planning to make a big advance, and so they're in the discussion, having the meeting, and the Japanese army is talking about it. It's like, well, the Japanese army really didn't have enough people to do this, but it was kind of close, so it made sense. But they were still assuming that they had a navy. Because they're sitting in the room and the Navy is not telling them that their aircraft carriers have been sunk. So they're actually planning for an advance that can't possibly work because they don't have the items. And they just lied about it.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Japanese?
Yeah.
The Japanese,
okay.
yeah.
The Japanese were the Army and the Navy were very separate and competitive and didn't tell each other everything. Which is not a good way to run up.
Yeah. Well, and that's also why towards the end of the war, even though the Japanese had much better planes than anybody else, pretty much everything was a suicide mission because they had 14-year-olds flying their planes.
Yeah,
because they've already, we're already talking about this in 43 that they can't replace their pilots as they go, and they're of course not admitting that all these pilots have died. But I mean, the thing is, it's Midway. It's the Battle of Midway.
Midway, yeah,
where they just don't tell the public. No one outside of the top Navy and the Emperor knows what happened at Midway.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I mean, through other
Yeah, they kept the ships listed as if they were still there. They didn't tell the public. There was no announcement that they'd lost multiple carriers and multiple ships and all these sailors. The sailors that made it back, if they were wounded, they were kept separately and not allowed to speak to their own families, and eventually just sent out someplace else to die, so that they wouldn't report it. Yeah,
Well,
you're pretty much you're doomed at that point because you're.
Yeah.
The two things I will bring up. First is there are other histories on the Battle of Midway, and going through those, it's depressing the amount, the wave after wave of obsolete American fighters that got sent against things. There was, that's, I know this is how war works.
Yeah.
But there was it was almost a very Russian thing to do. Quantity has its own quality. They obsolete, out of date torpedo bombers and things, and just losing wave after wave, but eventually them getting through. The other thing that, from looking at some of these World War II videos, was I never realized how bad the early American torpedoes were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That a lot, and that's.
It was like wow. I think it was the Mark 14. I might be getting the name of it wrong, but just how they were producing these torpedoes that wouldn't work, and
well, and the guy refused to admit that there was a problem with the torpedoes. Who was in charge, so they wouldn't change until they switched admirals. And they were saying the admiral came in and he did his own tests because they weren't testing them because that's expensive.
Yeah.
So he did his own, and not only was he finding they weren't working, they weren't going to where they were, but he was just dropping them from a height straight down onto their nose, and they wouldn't blow up.
No, I didn't hear about that, but I remember hearing about, or in one of the videos that was explaining these things, they're running their own tests, but it was like, oh my word, yeah, we're not. It's expensive, so we're not testing them. It's like, oh my word, that's just.
What amazes me about World War II is that we managed to last long enough for our army to get tolerable.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, to me, it does. I mean, honestly, for the Japanese side, once Pearl Harbor was done, they'd lost. We were going to win the war. There was no other possibility. And Midway just made that so clear that, I mean, it was over. Everything else was just ugly people dying, but the war was determined right then. And honestly, I'm not even sure if it made that much difference how bad we were. We were going to win.
Right.
Well, in the Pacific, yes, but there was, I mean, our army had to improve quite a bit to beat Germany.
Yeah, but Germany lost. One, which I hadn't realized the economics of it, which was Germany had lost as soon as they started the war. But getting past that, as soon as they turned on Russia, it was over. They were going to lose. It was now just a matter of time.
Russia was a bad idea, yes.
No,